When Pokemon Scarlet and Violet first came out, I don't think anybody had it on their bingo card that Girafarig's evolution would be just this good. Farigiraf just dominated the last 2 competitive tournaments. Now, you may be asking yourself, how in the world did Girafarig's evolution just dominate 2 tournaments? Well, let me break it down for you. This Pokemon has an amazing ability. Its stats, they're not so bad either. It could be offensive. It has great moves to be a support Pokemon. It just has such great potential, and people are now figuring out how to use it. But first, if you want to get good at Pokemon, check out the link tree in the description down below. Let's get into it. To play like Farigiraf, you must think like Farigiraf. I need to grow. Ah yes, this is how the Farigiraf live. Now, I am the ultimate Farigiraf. First off, I'm gonna give you a pro tip with Farigiraf. Farigiraf's ability Armor Tail is a completely unique ability. It gives you immense pressure before a battle even starts. When you're sitting in team preview and your opponent sees Farigiraf, it has to make them think quite a bit more. If they have any sort of priority move, Farigiraf just being there makes your opponent gotta think quite a bit more. This allows you to absolutely abuse Farigiraf in a best of 3 setting, which every single competitive Pokemon tournament is best of 3. Okay, now let's really get into it. Today we're gonna be checking out the 2 best sets that you can run on Farigiraf. First, we're gonna take a look at Trick Room Sweeper Farigiraf. You're gonna be wanting to run Throat Spray on this Farigiraf. Ability, of course, Armor Tail. Tera Fairy, which we'll go over later, and then its EVs. 156 HP, 92 defense, 156 special attack, 100 special defense, and then the last 4, you can just drop them off in speed. And then you're going to be wanting to run Modest Nature with the moveset of Psychic, Hyper Voice, Trick Room, and Protect. Now, if you really think about it, those EVs are kind of all over the place, so let's check out why we're using that EV spread. First up, it hits a special attack bump, which, free stats, we love that. After activating Throat Spray, you can deal amazing damage to every single Amoonguss that you encounter. With its bulk investment, it allows you to live a 108 timid Fluttermane Moonblast with Tera Fairy. And then maybe the biggest one of them all, you survive a 252 plus Surging Strikes from Urshifu. And if it's running Mystic Water, it only has a 19% chance of knocking you out. That's a bulky boy right there. Now that we've seen the benchmarks, let's check out how we actually use this Farigiraf. The main objective is to set up Trick Room and just sweep with Hyper Voice and Psychic. Pairing it up with Fake Out and Redirection very much helps enable this Farigiraf as well. Now, a lot of people that run this just want to click Hyper Voice and activate the Throat Spray, but you want to save it, conserve it, save it for later. You have to find the right moment to activate it. You want to wait until you have the perfect amount of damage to either get a knockout or help your ally get a knockout. That way you can deal the right amount of damage, activate the Throat Spray, and then put yourself in an amazing position for the next turn. Now, even though your Farigiraf can live some pretty decent hits, it's actually not that bulky. So that being said, Protect is very useful to have on this Farigiraf. Unlike other supporting Farigirafs, this Farigiraf is very greedy. It enables itself first and then helps its allies later. But its ability is pretty darn good for that. And then Tera Fairy allows it to live 1 wicked blow from that terrifying single strike, Urshifu. Now let's check out the next set. This set is way more of a supporting set. It's literally called Trick Room Support Farigiraf. Now with this Farigiraf, you're either going to be wanting to run Citrus Berry, Safety Goggles, or a Rocky Helmet. And yeah, ability stays the same with Armor Tail, of course. Tera Fairy still? Yep, checks out. Now here's the biggest change. 228 HP, 236 defense, and then the last 44 are going to be going into special defense. Bold Nature to allow it to take even more hits, And then for the moves. Oh, we're changing things up here. Psychic or Psychic Noise, Dazzling Gleam, Trick Room, and Helping Hand or Ally Switch. Very interesting set. And again, just like every set we do, let's check out the benchmarks. The HP is optimized for Citrus Berry recovery. It survives a Mystic Water, In the Rain, Surging Strikes, Terastallized, Water Terra Urshifu. There's too many things to count. It lives a Surging Strike from Raid. Get what I'm saying, right? The Citrus Berry helps. It survives a 100 Choice Specs Timid Moonblast from Fluttermane, even with Terra Fairy. Wow. And it hits the stat bump in defense, which again, free points. We love that. Now, how exactly do you play this Farigiraf? Let's check it out. Now you could run more special defense on this Farigiraf, but we've specifically calculated this one to survive an Urshifu, which that thing is just so scary. This set is completely made to enable Trick Room sweepers, such as both forms of Ursaluna. Dazzling Gleam is needed to deal damage to dark type attackers. Helping Hand is the standard move to go with, but you can run Ally Switch to just be annoying. The one drawback to this specific set is that you really have to position it well. You need to have it next to an active team member, such as Ursaluna's, to really make it play well. If you get this Farigiraf caught on the field with something that's not very active, you're probably not in the best position. Now that does it for our breakdown of Farigiraf. Those two sets, try them out, let us know how they do, let us know how they perform. We love hearing feedback here at VGC Corner. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one. But first, if you want to get good at Pokemon, make sure you click the link tree in the description down below!